Hello, welcome to a video for Firefly from the G.I. Joe line, Pursuit of Cobra. He is part of Wave 1. On the side here you get Firefly's name and the fact that he's the Cobra Saboteur. Then a nice Cobra symbol right there. And then you have a portrait of what Firefly looks like in this incarnation of him. A little bit different, because normally he is masked, but you still see his eyes. Um, Most of the time he is in black and gray, so they've still got that going with him. Except for a few figures, or maybe one, I think at least one, he was black and gray, but usually when people think of Firefly, he's got the ski mask type of look, and then he's all in black and gray. As you can see with this figure, he's pretty much black and gray, just different shades. Even his equipment is all in the black and gray motif. You have the actual figure, and then he has two pistols, his arm guards that they'll talk about in his file card, a backpack, which most of the time Firefly always has his trusty backpack as well. And then you have the sticker for the new hub, which is the new TV network that Hasbro will have. I believe it launches, they were saying 10/10/10, so October 10th of this year. And then that one is removable, but this one is not. And then behind it there are two of his pods that they talk about later. Then you also have a display stand that thankfully all the figures have been coming with. And then we'll get to the back, and you will see that there is a mission strike, which is the Pursuit of Cobra mission for this figure. And if we lift the camera, here is another number description of what figure he is in the line. He's number 8. I forgot to show that in the front, but it's nice that it's also in the front right there in red. And then we also have what G.I. Joe is. G.I. Joe is the code name for a special operations unit of highly trained men and women. Their purpose is to defend the world against Cobra, a ruthless organization with criminal tentacles in every nation on Earth. And so far, this has only been a male-dominated line. Has yet to be seen if, female figures will be in this line, or if they'll be exclusives, or hopefully if this does really well, maybe we will have two lines, but most people think this, or even know that this line will end once we get our Renegade figures, which hopefully will be, in my opinion, still in this, level of detail and style and everything, because if it changes, I don't know. But anyway, the mission that he is part of is the G.I. Joe team uses their ninja training as they infiltrate a Cobra warehouse. So City Strike is the mission. And then you have his file card here, which says, Firefly worked for Cobra as a saboteur with expertise in explosives, espionage, and silent infiltration. During the urban battle, he uses multi-reconnaissance structural demolition, or MRSD pods, to collapse a building. So that's what these pods are right there that are hiding. To collapse a building, trapping G.I. Joe team members inside. His titanium body armor and arm shields protect him from the blast. And that is these shields here. And it talks about titanium body armor, and he is well armored as we get onto the figure, you will see. We've got mission equipment is the 360 SD, which stands for Sonar Detection Helmet with 360-degree spectrum view. So let's go ahead and get on to what Firefly looks like as a figure. So here he is. I have his alternate head. It is not a helmet, as I and many other people thought it would be. You actually have to pop the different heads off. So that's his sonar detection helmet. And then this is his Still updated, yet more traditional look. It looks a little bit more armored, but you still see his eyes. So you do have to pop them off because it's not a helmet that goes over the head. Then I haven't had too many problems, but I did notice when I was putting these on, you pretty much want to start, unless you guys have had better luck with me, you want to start with the armband like this, and then slide it on to his, or snap it onto his arm on the underside, and then twist it around. Because I was noticing if you just push it straight on, these pegs on the side like to bend, which could leave a stress mark, or worse, possibly snap off. Here he is with his rocket kind of grenade rifle. Yes, I've seen many of you know the names of these guns, from just your own research, or I guess a lot of video games are popular with these guns. But unfortunately, I'm not a gun expert, so yeah, I think that's coming across pretty well, though, huh? So yeah, rather cool figure, lots and lots of detail, and in fact, I would like to have somebody pointed this out. These are air tanks for when he has his mask on, so he can, disarm his bombs or set his bombs and everything. And, that's how he breathes with his armor on, so that's nice. And they have little holes on the back of the figure that the pegs on the other side of these arm guards, and those just push into his back. Not wanting to do it, but I think you have to put the ones that have the cut, so they go around this lower back of the armor he has. So it's almost in reverse of the way his they go on his arms. The right one seems to go on the left, and the left one seems to go on the right. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. And it doesn't look too out of place, it just looks like more of his armor, so I think I like that. Get on to his backpack, which is functional. It opens here, and I like how someone was pointing out that if you take the two pistols here and you put them in, I usually put them in first, makes the helmet still be at the top, and yet the guns are in there. And if you take the one that's supposed to be the sonar detected helmet, and you put the back end in first, sideways, you can fit this one in there. It takes a little bit of pushing down on the thing, but you can get it to close. So right there, just sticks a little bit up, but at least with mine, I notice whether you have the helmet in there or not, it still is open. So then you take, again, this helmet, if you're going to use the other head on. I haven't tried it with putting the armor, hands in the back, but since they peg in the back, there's really, I guess, no need to do that. But yeah, take the pistols again, put them in there, and then put the head in there, and close it up. And then the mines that he comes with get to snap on this side here. Like that. So able to carry everything on his person. Then I wanted to go back to the card here, now that we've done the figure. And last little bit, is that normally you'll have a bunch of figures here for the ones that are coming out in the wave. They seem to go a different direction in my opinion. Now they're actually showing you a diorama or a scenario that you can have the figures in, and yet they're still showing you the different figures in the wave. You have Beachhead from Wave 1. This seems to be Firefly right here without his sonar detection helmet on. And then a vehicle, which I think is the first time they've shown a vehicle on a card back, at least for G.I. Joe. And then I'm not sure about who this figure is right here. He seems to be holding the dog, so whether they put a different figure there or one that's coming out later in the wave, because I noticed that they also have the Rise of Cobra Night Adder here, and so this dog would normally go with the Night Adder. And I don't know that the Night Adder is coming out for Pursuit of Cobra, so kind of interesting that they did that. Because usually you'll have a card back somewhat like this. Well, they'll put the different figures lined up like this, and then they have the ID badge or file card in the back. Then I also wanted to say that right there they have a stand in the package, which is this one here, and it says Firefly on it. It has 2 pegs. I guess some of the Cobra ones didn't have pegs in the 25th anniversary line, and I do remember them making a joke or something in one of the Cobra questionnaire type things. Someone asked why those the Cobra stands didn't have 2 pegs, and the kind of silly joke answer was, well, that's so that the Cobras fall easier than the G.I. Joes when you're battling or something like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Then since we have 25th anniversary Firefly, I did want to show with the few minutes that I have here that he is in black and gray here, just like here, and he also has the camouflage on his armor right here. It looks like they've painted on some gray, and it's even on his ammo clip bags, and not so much on his legs or whatever, because they have the armor that's black, and then his pants are gray. So that's pretty normal for a Firefly figure. The other thing too is that here's the backpack that normally Firefly would have, and this part would open up, and then he has a larger gun here and a pistol here, so it's nice that they, for the Pursuit of Cobra figure, also gave him a large gun and a smaller gun. The only difference is he doesn't have a walkie-talkie with the Pursuit of Cobra figure, but with that helmet that he has on, and even the one that he has here, he probably has some type of communication type device in there. So just really like it how it's very different for Firefly, and yeah, at the same time it's very close to what I would expect from a Firefly figure. But it's really nice because I'm not sure if I've said it yet, but a lot of people are going to army build this figure, it looks like, and just by keeping this helmet on, that makes him Firefly's troopers. And then you have one Firefly not wearing this helmet, and you know, you can't really say that they're the same figure or not, since they're both masked up. And I've even seen where people are talking about calling this figure right here a demolition viper. So the other thing I wanted to say too is normally I don't take off their armor, because usually it's just a Rise of Cobra body or a 25th anniversary body that's underneath there, so it's not very interesting. But this time I think it really is interesting if I can get it off in the last few seconds I have. Very well detailed, so definitely gonna keep my eye out for when they reuse this body, because I can't see them spending this much retooling dollars on this body and not reusing it. So anyway, thanks for watching my video, and I will see you all later. Bye.